Okay, here a little video on how you can use text and use it for applique. So what we will do is then go to the text tool and you can add your text. I'm just doing here one letter, and it doesn't matter if you're using one or multiple letters. Then what you want to do is select your font style, and if you click on the text tool here, my text shows up on my other monitor. When you click on the T for the text, then you get this window and you can pick whichever font you have on your computer, and then select here the style of text, bold, and if I go to bold, and then we go and set apply. So now we have a nice bold letter. And say if you have a text and it is not bold and you want to have it wider, then what you can do is convert object to path, or that needs to happen anyway. So then you can go and select it, and then you can go to path effects, why doesn't it? I guess it is still in the, it didn't convert it yet. Object to path. Okay, sometimes it seems like you have to click it twice before it will convert, and now it is a path, and now we can apply an effect. So if you want to have it a little thicker, if it is a narrow font what we are dealing with, then we can go and make it thicker here with the offset, and we can apply it, and then we can increase. I'll just turn on my mouse highlighter for a moment, then you can see better where my mouse is. Then here in the offset we can change the number, and as you can see it will thicken the lines. So but for this purpose I'm just keeping it at a 0 and then enter. So now we're back to the original, and as you can see in a path here on the bottom left corner it has a fill. Now we can change the fill to none, so that is just clicking on the X, and then we can give it a stroke, and you can give it a color whichever you want. And to do that you can hold down the shift key and then click on your color. So there you can see now here in the bottom left you see that a stroke is that, and or you can right click on your color and set stroke. So right click, set stroke, and there you have your color. And the width of the line, that will not matter at this point, but we don't need it fairly thick. What we want to do is this becomes now first our placement. So what we want to do is go to the fill as stroke, and we want to go to the stroke style, and we want to make that a dashed line. Now it automatically becomes a running stitch. Then what we want to do is we want to create the tag down. So then what we can do is make a duplicate, and we go and change the color on that. And the reason for the color change is because there are certain file types and they will not recognize the commands. So in order to avoid that, then we go and change the colors. So what you can do here is in Inkstitch and commands, add commands, and well, let's see here, extension Inkstitch commands, attach commands to selected objects, and there is a trim thread we can add, and we can add the stop command. So, but some of these file types, like I said, will not recognize these commands. So that's why I don't even apply them, and that's up to you if you want to apply them or not. So I'll just close this, and then what we want is after the tag down, then we want to have one more, and we want that to be our satin. So what I'll do is I'll give that also another color. Oh, I did the fill. I'm gonna give that set stroke, but for the satin we will go and change the stroke style again, and we'll go and make that a solid one again, and then we change the width. And the width for applique, they recommend not to go below the 3.5 mil. So 3.5, 4 mil would even be better, in order to give you a proper coverage over top of your seam line. And now what we'll do is we'll go extension, and we go Inkstitch, satin tools, convert line to satin. So now the lines are converted to satin, and now you have to check a little bit on how this is showing out, because as you can see, the satin line here in the corners, they are not closing up really nice. So then what we'll do is we'll go and take this point, move that out, and we can move that point, and the same here, this corner, we want that they meet up pretty good. And the stitch direction, well, we will see that in a little bit when we run the simulator. And here too, it is almost better off run first the simulator and see how it stitches out in which order. Oh, select. I don't know what's going on, but there seem to be some technical issues lately. Now I don't know if it is the program or if it is my computer, but anyway, we'll go Inkstitch, visualize, and let's run the simulator. No, that is possible that there is an error, because it takes a fair bit of time. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go and select extension, ink stitch, troubleshoot object. Okay, there is with a conversion, rung does not intersect rails. So now we have to let's go the objects, and we'll delete or turn off the visibility there for a moment. So there we can see this one that is a little bit strange, that didn't convert any better. But okay, now we have one there, and I would create one more here, and then select, that should be the same color, so I'll go and with a dropper tool I have to go to shift. Okay, now I have the same color, I just have to change the fill. Okay, now that's good, have the same color, and now I shift excuse me, shift select, it's not allowing me to. Why? Oh, now I see, that's all, everything is grouped. So let's find out which one is which. That group for path 3, that is one path. Okay, I have to select that one. Okay, edit, cut, and select that one, edit, paste in place. No, it doesn't do it. Okay, then what I'll do is, path, ungroup. Now I have them together. Now I should be able to shift select, and then go and path combine. Now it should, now we'll test it again. Extension, ink stitch, troubleshoot objects, all selected shapes are valid. Okay, so the problem was that the one rung was not crossing across the two lines, and I added another one in order to have the stitches run in a better direction. So let's have a look, see how this stitches out. And we go ink stitch, visualize and export, go to the simulator, and there you have it. So, and that is the tag down, and now it goes and makes the satin stitch. So there you can see already that this corner is a little bit different than this corner. So if you really want to have them all the same, oh, there is a mistake on that centerpiece yet. Because it's doing the zigzag. Okay, that is not too big a deal either. But there you can see that this corner is a little bit different than that corner. So you have a few options of going about that. Like we went and had ink stitch convert the line to a satin, but we can also go and create that satin line ourselves. So you know what, for this one, oh, I gotta deselect first for a moment, and there, extension, ink stitch, params, and I have to change that to the satin column and go apply. And if you go and run it now, you will see extension, ink stitch, visualize simulator, and now you can see that the satin stitches are being created. And there you can see here this corner, it does not give a nice finish, because here is an open corner yet. So that can also be changed. So we can go back to the lettering, and we go to the point select tool, and now we can go and stretch that one out. We can bring this one, for that matter, closer together too, and the same in that corner. And if you want them even on top of each other, that is okay too. And now it should be better already. Extension, ink stitch, simulator, so now you can see how big a difference that made already in finishing up in the corner. So there is a little bit of a double stitching there. If a person wants to eliminate that, that is possible, but then you end up that the stitches are going more in an angle, but you can also make more rungs in order to accommodate there. It's all possible. You have complete control over what you can do with it. Because what you then can do is you add another rung over here, but also what you can do is add a note here. Oh, let's go and do it. and we go and put that one there, and let's put that node on top of that line, and now I'm gonna bring that one to the corner. And you can do the same with the other one. Let's do that also. We bring that one right in the corner, that one match up with that one, this one over, add another node, bring that one in the corner, and line that one up. Okay, now we run the simulator again. I'll speed it up so that we can see what's happening. And there you can see now we have a way cleaner corner already. There should have been a touch of an overlap, so we just have to pull the one node a little bit down, and that the one satin stitch will cover over top of the other satin stitch a little bit. But that's how you can clean up these corners. So I will go and take the one top node, slide that over a little bit, take that top node, slide it over a little bit, and now we have a little bit of an overlap. And so now here we can do the same thing. These corners too, they can be cleaned up by add a node there, stretch that node to the corner, and here this one we add a node there, and we go and stretch that. And if you want to have, that's all the same. If you want them all exactly the same, each corner, then what we would have to do is we would have to go and split it over here. But I'm not gonna play with that now. Let's run it once more, and then you can see how that other corner got straightened out already too. Go to simulator and speed it up again. So now you can see here in the center, I'm zooming in quite a ways, there is a little bit of overlap now. So, and both sides are nice and even. This side, this corner, we don't have the double stitching anymore either. So, and if you want to, and this corner, as you can see, that has a little extra yet, but you can play with that. And each leather will be different. You can also go and create your own satin lines and split it wherever you want and go around the whole leather. So there's different ways of going about it. Okay, hope this will help you out, and happy digitizing, and have fun.